This is a real example of how generational trauma actually shows up.
A grandmother is raised in a... First, go and listen to her video if you haven't already, because it explains epigenetics and genetically what's happening. But I'm going to explain on a soul level what has happened. So on a soul level, there is many reports of people that have studied soul and what happens to the body in near-death experiences. And many religious traditions that say that the soul makes a decision to come into a family. And if you feel like you're alive to end cycles of abuse, end cycles of poverty, end cycles of hypervigilance, then your mother, grandmother, great-grandmother might have lived through a lot of what she was talking about. And you might be one of those bodies. So genetically, you are learning how to set boundaries, end cycles of abuse, regulate your nervous system, regulate your emotions, and speak your truth. That's on a physical level. But on a spiritual level, for your soul self knew that it was coming into this lifetime to do this, coming into this generational cycle of DNA. Carolyn Myss calls it a soul contract, as does Dr. Susan Martin, as does me. But soul contracts are meant to heal that generational cycle. But before we can heal it, we actually pick up on it. And so I invite you to not be mad at yourself, not be mad at your parents or your grandparents or what they went through or their level of consciousness, but instead start mastering your own physical, mental, emotional being. Discover your DNA. I have great resources if you want to know, DM me. And then you can choose your genetic makeup and shift it. This is a study of epigenetics, but you get to shift it on all 4 primary levels of your consciousness. But you're not only doing it for you. When you shift, your future generations shift as well. Even your children that are alive, as well as your parents. This is a quantum theory study. When one particle, one neurotransmitter shifts, one millions of miles away will shift too, when they're connected through this DNA molecule. It's so cool. If you want to know more about how all of this works, DM me. I used to teach a master class on this, and I'd love to teach it again if enough people are interested.